Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down one of the hottest, most future-proof careers on the planet, the modern AI engineer. We're going to lay out the exact roadmap you need to build a career in this incredible field. You know, this quote right here, it just nails it. It's not about being just a researcher in a lab or just a coder banging out features. The modern AI engineer is the bridge. Think about it for a second. You're the person who can read some super complex research paper on a Monday, and by Friday, have a working prototype that could literally become a product used by millions. That is an incredibly powerful place to be. So here is how we've laid this all out. We've got a 5-part roadmap. First, we'll define what this new AI engineer actually is. Then we'll dive into the specific roles you'll see out there, the tools you absolutely need, what your career path looks like, and finally, we'll take a peek into the future that you'll be building. Okay, so what is this new breed of engineer, really? Well, in an age that's completely defined by this AI boom, a new kind of professional has popped up. Their whole job is to translate what a business or an organization needs into intelligent systems that actually work in the real world. And this is the absolute key. It all comes down to value. This role exists to connect the pure hardcore technology to real business results. It's the difference between an AI model being a cool science project and being the engine that actually drives a company's growth. That's why these jobs are so valuable. All right, let's move on and meet the actual architects of this new world. Now, there are a ton of specializations out there, but we're going to focus on 3 core roles that really define the current AI landscape. First up, we've got the AI solutions architect. I want you to think of them as the master planner. They're the one designing the entire blueprint for an AI system, making sure it lines up with the big picture business goals from the very first day. What's so fascinating here is the sheer range of skills. You're not just tucked away in a corner drawing diagrams. One minute, you're presenting a strategy to the CEO. The next, you're talking about legal risk and compliance. And then you're diving super deep into the technical architecture. It's a hugely influential role. Next up, the deep learning research engineer. Now, this is the innovator. This is the person living on the absolute cutting edge, taking the latest academic papers from places like Archive and figuring out how to make those theoretical breakthroughs actually work in the real world. This whole cycle is what makes the job so thrilling. It's this constant loop of discovery. You read a paper, you have that what-if moment, you code it up, and then you're running these massive experiments just waiting to see if your hunch was right. You are literally at the bleeding edge, trying to create something that has never existed before. And finally, there's the ML systems engineer. So if the architect is the planner and the researcher is the innovator, this person is the master builder. They're the expert who takes that promising model and engineers a tough, scalable system around it so it can handle millions of requests without breaking a sweat. Okay, so all of that sounds amazing, right? But it brings up a pretty important question. What skills do you actually need to build a career in this incredibly fast-moving field? The secret to success isn't just about being the best coder in the room. It's about having a hybrid toolkit. It's this blend of deep technical skill combined with other crucial abilities, stuff like communication and strategic thinking, that often get overlooked, but are absolutely what separates the good from the truly great. And this slide just illustrates it perfectly. It's 2 sides of the same coin. On one side, yes, you absolutely need deep technical mastery. But on the other, if you can't explain the value of your complex work to the person signing the checks, you're just not going to get the buy-in or the budget you need to make things happen. So let's talk about the tech stack. This is the bedrock. This is the foundation of everything. Your skills in programming and ML frameworks, that's the base. And without that solid base, anything you try to build on top of it is just going to crumble. Being fluent across this whole stack is pretty much non-negotiable. But here's the secret sauce. The tech skills, they get you in the door. These soft skills, they're what gets you promoted. These are true career multipliers. Being the person who can explain a complex idea with a simple story or unite different teams around a common goal, that's what makes you an indispensable leader, not just another good engineer. So, with those skills in your toolkit, how does a career actually play out? Let's map the journey from your very first internship all the way up to a principal engineer. And maybe most importantly, let's talk about the kind of money you can expect to make along the way. The journey usually follows a path just like this. You start out with focused, hands-on tasks, you learn the ropes. Then your scope just gets bigger and bigger until you're leading strategy, influencing the direction of multiple teams, and maybe even representing your whole company at major events. And right here, here's the proof that the demand is real. I mean, just look at these numbers. You can see how these specialized AI roles command a serious premium over more traditional tech jobs. We're talking solid six-figure salaries, often right out of the gate, with massive potential for growth. And that's not even counting the freelance market, which is also on fire. So why does any of this really matter? Because working as an AI engineer isn't just a job with a great paycheck. It's about having a hand in actively shaping the future that all of us are going to live in. This isn't just about building another social media app. The work you do in this field has huge, real-world impact. Imagine being on the team that builds an AI that discovers a new life-saving drug, or one that helps us predict hurricanes more accurately. The applications are just profound and practically endless. And believe me, the field is only getting more exciting. The next big thing is tackling these huge challenges around efficiency and trust in AI. And get this, we're moving towards some really sci-fi stuff, like agent swarms. Think of them as teams of little AI bots working together to autonomously run huge parts of a business. It's a wild future, and AI engineers are the ones building it. This slide makes such a critical point. Companies that wait too long on AI, they're going to fall behind. They'll end up paying a survival tax. But here's the thing. That exact same idea applies to your career. If you wait to build these skills, you're going to be playing catch-up for years. So we'll leave you with this question. Who's going to be the architect of this incredible transformation? The choice to be one of them is yours to make. And the cost of entry in terms of your time and effort will never, ever be lower than it is today. The opportunity is right here, right now. Thanks for joining us.